Welcome back, folks. It's the first year of high school softball being a sanctioned sport in South Dakota, and there has been great competition in this inaugural season, but it all comes down to this. The South Dakota 16 games, as teams were just one win away from the state tournament. Now in Class A action, Vermilion hosted Beersford. Game tied 2-2 in the top of the third. That's until Beersford's Ivy Kaiser gets one to go up the left. Bases were loaded, and after an offline throw to third, all 3 runs come home, and Beersford takes a 5-2 lead. Bottom of the third now, Vermilion's Baylor rips one up the left field line. That one's rolling all the way back through the legs of the outfielder, and Baylor's going all the way to third. Here comes the throw. She is safe. Later on, Mackenzie Richardson pops one up to center field. That one drops. In comes Baylor, and that makes it 6-3 Beersford, but the Watchdogs would add one more in the 7th to take the win, 7-3. Also looking to punch tickets, the Panthers of Dakota Valley taking on Sioux Falls Christian. First inning, Dakota Valley's Ashlyn Stussy sends one out to center field, bringing Mia Reeby home, and that puts them up 5-0. Over to the second inning we go. Emma Weiss launches one to center field here. She makes it all the way to third. Logan Miller heads home, and that increases the Panther lead. Later on, here's Avery Trotter firing out another one. That brings in another run. Panthers go on to win in 3 innings, 15-0. That sends them to the South Dakota Class A state tournament. But hey, more Siouxland teams were in action in the South Dakota 16, like the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies, who are going dancing alongside the Panthers after toppling Wagner 14-1 in their matchup. Also punching a ticket to the state tournament, the Gazelles of Yankton, who stampeded right past Rapid City Stevens to the tune of a 13-4 victory. And the Siouxland success just keeps on coming. Gayville Vollen shuts out Oldham Ramona Rutland 11-0, advancing to Aberdeen. And Viborg Hurley, they punched their ticket as well, taking out Marion Freeman Academy 13-6. That's 5 total Siouxland squads heading to Aberdeen. Congratulations to everyone on their phenomenal seasons.